Well, just learning to enjoy yourself it can be a lifetime's work. But these guys come in, they're miserable, they hate their lives, they're like this, and now I'm gonna go find a woman and I'm gonna hit on her. What should I do? That's the beauty of the now. And everybody on this planet can do that. And I believe it won't even take long if they start with their foundation.
All the teachings you've done this week about the boys going out and just enjoying themselves, they just not got that.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's super hard to get.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example of someone who's really willing to put themselves on the line, just expose themselves, and to dance as well. You're really letting your inhibitions go.
Yeah. Well, just learning to enjoy yourself it can be a lifetime's work. How many people out there get up every day and drag their ass out of bed? I have to go to work. I have to do the laundry. I have to make breakfast. If that's your basis for any given day, that's your every day. I mean, that doesn't matter what job you have to get up and do these basic things, shower. And if that's you're starting your day with chores, you're not going to get away from that. You're not going to have a team of people doing all this. You could, I guess, bathing you and just stand there. But ultimately, for the average person, you have to learn to love your basic reality. If you can't love the home you live in, your sacred space, your rituals in the morning, how are you supposed to love your day? And then you walk out and you come out and you want to get good with women, picking them up in a place like this, right? I'm going to go over and say hi to that pretty girl or that pretty girl or that pretty girl. But you get in here and you can't even enjoy the space because you're so in your head and you're so worried about, I got to get good with women, I got to fix my problems, I got to do this. Maybe the work starts with you learning to love the environment and just getting relaxed in it and seeing the beauty of all the people talking and laughing and having fun. Then when you can do that, we can start working on socializing and enjoying socializing and then hitting on the women. You see how it builds like layers? But these guys come in, they're miserable, they hate their lives, they're like this, and now I'm gonna go find a woman and I'm gonna hit on her. What should I do? But I don't even like getting out of bed in the morning. I have to take I have to drink 6 cups of coffee and a Red Bull to get happy. And that'll work. Pump yourself to happy. And now I'm all buzzed like this, and now I'm going to run over to that woman. But what if you just did? You've pumped yourself above your pain, and all your pain's still in there, and it's going to show through. Who wants to live like that? I did it. I made myself very ill drinking so many Red Bulls to get myself going every day for work, and then get myself in a happy state, and then they would crash, and I'd have to do it again and again until one day I had such bad thrush, I had blood in my throat. And then I had blood in my urine a little bit too. And my body and I had to spend a year learning to love my life. A whole year, every day, getting up, releasing all my emotions around just the everyday mundane stuff. Because I couldn't use that stuff anymore. So I had to face everything. And I could have found another way to drug myself out, but I just chose to face it all, detox my body, live simply, face all my pains, move through all the emotions. And into that year, it ended up being, I look back on it as one of the most beautiful years of my life. Very painful, but God, I love it. It was fucking awesome. I was free that year. I stopped all the chasing and started looking at everything in the now and started saying, what's beautiful about this? Even if I can't see it right now. How can I find some speck of beauty in this and start expanding that? And that, and that, and that. And then I started seeing more and more beauty in the world, and then my business just almost took itself off. I didn't have to work anymore. And then more people showed up, more synchronicities took off like crazy. I would think about something, it would show up. I'd think about this and it would happen. I would think about that and it would happen. And it started to feel like it was so many, it was no longer serendipitous anymore. It was, even though it seemed like it, we began to realize there's something to this, and that's the beauty of the now. And everybody on this planet can do that. And I believe it won't even take long if they start with their foundation. If you have to do your own laundry and you don't have servants, can you get present so much that you enjoy doing your laundry? If you have to wash your own dishes, if you have to get out of bed in the morning, can you actually enjoy work on yourself. Do you enjoy those basic things? If you're going to go out to bars and you really want to, do you get anxiety walking up to bars? Or can you actually appreciate the bar before you even walk up, enjoy it, have your heart open, walk into the bar, sit down, enjoy it before you even talk to a girl? Or do I did meet this one guy who was good with women, and he was madly depressed, and he was amazing with women. But it was interesting because this is back when I was first learning, and I would watch him. And I'd sat down with him for the first time, this amazing guy with women I'd heard about who lived in his van. And he gets out of his van, and we meet at the Grove in Los Angeles. And he's sitting there, and I'm like, this guy's good with women? He's like, life, I owe a lot of taxes, my life sucks, this is the energy I got. I'm just mimicking, I don't know his exact words, but, and his van was parked right around the corner. Yeah, my van, somebody tried to break into my van the other night, the arm came through the window, they didn't know I was sleeping in it, and he's talking about that, I have to get the window fixed, and I was like, I heard all these stories about you and your shag wagon and all this amazing adventures you've had around the world, but when I'm meeting the guy, I'm like, he's miserable. So then we go out that night, and he goes out to a bar, and he walks in, and then you see him stop, and he just stands in place for a few minutes, and he starts rocking, like just this little rock on both feet, and he starts speeding it up, and you could see the energy rising through his whole body. And what he literally did was he had developed a way to shift his state completely when he went out. And suddenly, it was like happiness and light came out of him. But it was all driven by, not by the validation of beautiful women, but by the hitting on beautiful women. Because he can give a fuck if they validated him. He just wanted it. As soon as he was out there hitting on them, he was happy. The problem with that was if he wasn't hitting on beautiful women every night, he was no longer happy again. So he, in a sense, he created his version of a state pump. And he was aggressive. He'd be out there, bam, come here, look at you. I saw the way you were looking at me. What are you talking about? And he'd be like, no, don't lie to me. I see it. You got the dirty eyes or whatever, he'd say, and he would just be aggressive. And you come here too. And he'd grab another, he's talking to one girl, he grabs another girl and pulls her over. Come here, meet so-and-so. She's hot, isn't she? He doesn't know either of them. And he's just balls to the wall forward. And, but that was his source of happiness. So then he stops all that. And then he gets it, and then he has to have a woman. If he's not out picking up women, he has to be with a woman. And I went through that phase. It sucks. Because then there's no woman that comes over that night. And you're like, what do I do? And so I lost track of him. I was friends with him for a while, and he disappeared. Everybody that knew him says he just disappeared one day. His email stopped working, his phone stopped working, and that was in 2011. Nobody's been able to find him since. And I don't know if he joined a cult, if he died. He had a blog. That was the last post on his blog. It was in 2011. Gone. And it's interesting. And to me, it would be much easier just to learn to love your life and draw women in because you love your life, and it's much better. And it is easier. You don't have to work so goddamn hard. He had to work hard in a lot of ways. So. And I miss that guy though. He was cool. I liked him. Yeah, I think it's a great word. It's the exact word.
They are looking to be discovered. So, in some ways, by Fearless coming here,
the women want to be seen as beautiful, being a strong masculine role model. And for those guys, it's awesome because they have it naturally. But for the rest of us, especially us nice guys, us guys that were born with, say, a nice guy syndrome, we have to start working on developing it. Now, it's not something you're going to develop overnight.